the energy out on this field right now as we get ready to look at our players to watch. James Ball gets the look this week, the Long Island native and the Chaminade boy for the Georgetown Hoyas.
Yeah, Mike, James Ball has owned the face-off circle for the Georgetown Hoyas. 53 for 91 so far this season for a .582 face-off percentage. This is a guy who is very talented around that circle. He loves to get possession early for the Hoyas, and it's a big reason they have had so much success against those big-name teams.
And when you look at the face-off unit for the Panthers as well, it's Collin Hoben that gets the look this week. The Charlotte, North Carolina native has been the starter for these Panthers for the past few seasons.
Collin Hoben is another guy who's just ran the face-off circle, this time for the High Point Panthers. 72 for 124 on the season, a .581 face-off percentage. This guy has so much moves in his arsenal, very athletic, very quick to the ball, and it's a big reason that they have had so much success around that face-off circle.
And it's going to And it's going to be a battle at the X today. And both of these guys get ready to go face-to-face here at the Faceoff X in Vert Stadium. It's the High Point Panthers, Collin Hoben, and the Hoyas, James Ball, getting ready to face off. And you look at those rankings, those two neck in face-off win percentage only by .001. James Ball leads Collin Hoben right now. And James Ball, an all-around threat at the Faceoff X. He can win it out to himself. He can take it down the field and score. He's a huge threat offensively. And when you look at the Panthers in Collin Hoben at the Faceoff X, that big number in 42 ground balls for Collin Hoben at the Faceoff X as he gets ready to help lead the charge for this Panthers here. And we'll take a look at the away goalie in Anderson Moore, the freshman, getting the start in net throughout the entire season for the Hoyas. And you look at the High Point Panthers as well in Zach Overend, another youngster in net. It's going to be an action-packed affair here at Vert Stadium. And a technicality off the X. Looks like Collin Hoben went early, and the Hoyas get the first offensive possession.
Trick earlier on this season, one against John Hopkins, one against Pennsylvania, and then the last one against Notre Dame. He was a big player in that Notre Dame game, giving his team the lead before Notre Dame tied it, and then he got the overtime winner, which was the big upset and the talk of the lacrosse world all last week.
A lot of upsets in the ACC, and we'll get to a little bit of that later, but here's the Hoyas off the face-off win from James Ball, and Aiden Carroll possesses it in the box for the Hoyas as they'll just pass it around and possess as that second midfield line trots out on the field. Here's Joe Cesar. Guarded by Campbell Posen, gets to the middle of the field, and a yard sale. Campbell Posen selling long poles.
What a trail check there.
And how about
there?
Chase Llewellyn finds the soft spot in the defense and secures another goal for the Hoyas as James Ball has so far taken the battle at the X. Ball finds Graham Bundy, and what a year.
Down leads.
He's a highlight reel no matter what. Braden Maillet can straight up play, and he puts that one in the back of the net.
Yeah, 21 goals, 10 assists. He's now got his 22nd on that one. Just a fantastic player. A guy who played box lacrosse his entire life. Got the stick skill
record, and he's the man leading the charge for these two young men, Braden Maillet and Jack Finn Overback. 21 goals, that's 31 points throughout their 5-game slate so far. That is an incredible stat line to come across for Braden Maillet.
They're the two biggest offensive players for this High Point Panther team. Just puts their team on their back sometimes. Maillet had a 9-point game against VMI that one time, which was just incredible. We called that game together, Mike, opponents. Boy, oh boy, that IQ is big, Mike.
You hit the nail on the head there to recognize that that shot clock is creeping under that 10-second mark and to just get that ball out, find an open guy, and he finds Sawyer, and he sprinkles a little bit of sauce on this field. And the Panthers They have a 1-goal lead here in their home stadium.
Side, rips a sidearm shot, top right. Over end, a guy who's looked pretty good so far in net, just couldn't stop that one. Nice, powerful rip there from Aiden Carroll. Again, he was the big player in that Notre Dame game, and he's shown it here. 2 goals already in the first.
Initially won by James Ball, but Luca Accardo comes up with the big ground ball for the Panthers for that duo. And there is the man in charge for the Hoyas, Kevin Warren, in his 12th season as the Georgetown head coach. And he's had a tremendous run in the Big East Conference. Here's the Hoyas as we get ready for second quarter.
Chance on that one. This is a guy who started all 5 games. He's got 8 goals on the season. And when he receives the space to get a shot off, no doubt he's going to finish it. He had 5 goals in the season opener versus Loyola Maryland. He already matched his last season high of 8 in just 5 games, Mike. Talk about improvement as a player.
Here's Luca Accardo.
Hard down shot. Collin Cook lighting it up here.
I just don't think he realized that ball was in his stick. He kind of just went with it. The natural reaction is to kind of look down at your stick and see, oh my God, do I have the ball? Collin Cook, in fact, did, and he finishes right in front for the Panthers. And we're tied once again. This lead has been traded back and forth throughout the entirety of this first half.
Big body laid down there. Jacob Joy.
A10 Big East standings, and finishing it off with some NCAA rankings, taking a look at the most recent poll that was put out and some shakeups in the top 5. But we're ready to go here with 7:11 left to go in the second. A clean face-off win from Collin Hoben. And here's the Panthers ready to fire away. Hot streak as we get ready for the third quarter action.
Magic, get the momentum going, especially against a top 10 team like Georgetown.
And we'll see if Aiden Carroll can continue his hot streak as we get ready for the third quarter action here on ESPN+. We'll be right back. Forgive me, we'll be right back into the game. That face-off is won by Georgetown. And they get the first possession here offensively.
This is the speed of the High Point Panthers that we talked about. Got in front of his defender. 40 in blue there. Dylan Hess was right on him. Gave him some contact after the shot. But Van Overbeck gets it off. And goes 5-0 past Moore. High Point gets that lead right back.
It's a smart recognition at X to realize that you got a midfielder on the field. Not even a short stick D-mid. So you take advantage of that opportunity. Van Overbeck beats it with speed. And he's one of the most accurate here as Anderson Moore steals that pass. And he's going to take it down the field himself.
Played at Georgetown. He's missed 2 games where he has not had a point in his career. That is incredible.
He can stay healthy and pack a punch when do so. A 2-point day for Graham Bundy.
Got 131 goals on his career.
It's amazing. No push called there on Collin Hoben, but here's Campbell Posen. Quick inside. The short stick D-mini scores. The D3 transfer finds the back of the net for the Panthers.
How about answering back? How about answering back, Mike? The punches are continuing to land back and forth. Scoops up that ground ball in a scramble all the way. Overhand shot down the alley. Give that kid some credit.
And Campbell Posen goes right down University Parkway and puts that one in the back of the net. Here's the High Point Panthers with another 1-goal lead. Hoben goes early, and the first face-off reps for Matt Riley. So he goes
like you're skipping a rock on a pond, Mike. That was gorgeous for Nick Rizzo.
Dare I say it? Smooth as silk.
I like it. I like it. I might have to adapt that into my arsenal of sayings. Smooth as silk it was.
The ball movement, the tempo from the Panthers. And the whistle's blown, and Tyler Baird thinks that's going with High Point. It looks like there was another very fast team, but they can put it with that heavy offensive firepower that they have. Not a very fast team, but they can put it on cage and do it very accurately. James Ball wins that one out to his second exit, and he collects that ground ball for the Hoyas. It's Ty Banks. He finds Vidaro in the middle of the field.
Family and country values. Choose to be extraordinary at High Point University.
Fighting for that ground ball right now after the initial face-off win from James Ball, and Luca Accardo battling it out. No push called. So Luca Accardo hits the turf. But here's Halpert, the ripper, the pole, and Overin makes another stellar save. Is that 11? That's 11 saves for him.
And talk about a snuff. The power.
The opening face-off here in the fourth quarter. Knockout punches being thrown by both teams. But here in the fourth, it all matters who delivers the final blow. So we get ready for another face-off here. Matthew Riley tries to win that face-off, scooped up. But a nice shoulder thrown in the middle of the field as Hess collects that ground ball. Moving quick to the cage, and wide left it goes.
Maker has a goal in every game this season, Mike. Every game.
Second team All-American last season. He's got one goal in today's contest. Showcases a lot of speed from the midfield line, but he plays just about every position. This is a positionless spread that we have seen from this Georgetown offense. Just about every attackman and midfielder, and Chase Llewellyn is one of those midfielders who can cash in when needed. 2 goals today for Llewellyn. So we're ready for another face-off, and it's Accardo who wins that one to himself and gives High Point the ball. So here's the Hoyas with a 2-goal lead of their own, as they lead 10-8 as we get ready to creep under that 11-minute mark. And you said it, Jimmy, you do not in Charlotte, North Carolina to face off against Jacksonville for the Crown Lacrosse Classic. It's the second year that tournament, in-season tournament, has been running, and the Panthers will definitely look to seek revenge against former conference foe in Jacksonville.
It's a big face-off here after Aiden Carroll's goal there. That's his 4th of the game. That was a big goal for him and for his team. Kind of putting a little bit of a dagger in them right now. Panthers got to try and find that fight that they found against Syracuse. It was too late as Vidaro puts that one in the back of the net.
And a 4-0 run for these Hoyas within the last few minutes of the fourth. We get James Ball going early.
Oh, Syracuse fight. They fought back and they kept it close till halftime in that third quarter and fourth quarter. That's when Syracuse ran away with it. Here again today, we have Georgetown and High Point. They stick with them all the way through, even lead at certain points against the top 10 team, but they just lose it here in the fourth.
There's Halpert with another big ground ball. He flicks it to Chairs. As pressure is applied onto him. And a timeout once again called on the field. 2 players
Hat-trick
for the Hoyas.
for Vidaro.
In hat tricks. And that's James Ball winning the initial face-off. A guy who I had the pleasure of playing with throughout my 4 years at Chaminade High School. An exceptional talent on the field.